Hey guys, so this video is going to be a little different, as you can tell. This is my face if you've never seen it before. I've done face reveals and stuff on the channel. For all of you Fallout people who are new to the channel, maybe perhaps you've never seen my face before, you might be like, eNtaK, where are you? What are you doing? Why is this video titled about Fallout 76's new survival game mode, but you're in a hotel room? Well, I'm currently in California, and I'm here visiting Amazon Game Studios. Today we're going to be talking about the new Fallout game mode, but I thought I'd start it off this way and we'll kind of move into the patch notes. Now I am in a hotel, and so I don't have the ability, obviously I have a speaking through the mic and the camera. I did not bring my mic with me because the last time I brought my mic, I got pulled aside by TSA because they're like, "What is this strange device in your luggage?" And so I didn't bring it with me because I didn't think I was going to need to make anything. And then I saw this today and I thought, oh, gotta make a video on it. So that's what I'm doing right now. So let's go ahead and let's get right into the patch notes. Alright, let's see how this goes. Fallout 76 Inside the Vault, January 24th, 2019. Guys, before we go into this, I want to ask you a question right away. What do you think of the new game mode, PvP? If you've already read this, you know all about it. What are your thoughts about it? Or if you're watching this video and you, at the end of it, tell me your thoughts about the new game mode. What do you think of it? Do you think it's going to be good enough? Do you think that they need to add more into it? Do you think the rewards are going to be good enough to really encourage people to go into this game mode? In general, what are your thoughts? Now, you can take in your existing character or you can make a new one. They actually suggest that you do that. And so, it could be totally different experience if you don't take in your adventure mode character and instead you make a new one, because then you might not care as much of all the time you've invested in your character and things like that. So let's go ahead and let's roll through this, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about just in general the gameplay that they're proposing. So they announced before the new PvP game mode, and they basically said, after all the feedback that they got from more competitive players requesting greater challenge, fewer restrictions, more incentives when it came to PvP combat, with that in mind, they started developing this new game mode, survival mode, and basically it's like make you engage in PvP if you want to. And so this is a new, more dangerous game mode. It's called survival. It's going to be in the beta stages, and so they're going to constantly probably update this and tweak this and change this with community feedback. If you guys don't know, Fallout 76, the devs have said they really want to drive the game's direction based on feedback that the players provide, and so the more feedback you give, the better. And so this new game mode will be high stakes, deadly adventures, basically they say. And when you get to the main menu of the game, what you're going to see is the adventure mode and survival mode. And adventure mode is what it is now, how Fallout 76. Survival is going to be this new greater challenge with fewer restrictions kind of game mode, and basically, as they told us before, this PvP game mode will be less restrictions, a lot more rewards. It's just going to be better geared toward those who want a PvP experience. Now here's the thing though, and this is what I'm just really curious about. Is it going to be enough? Because I was thinking through, it's like, why would I want to go do this? Like, what's the point of doing this? Especially, is it just to get a new experience, or taking my current character in? Why would I want to take my current character in? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, maybe you have good gear and stuff, but honestly, the potential is for having your base wrecked and things like that. I don't understand. And so making a new character makes the most sense thing to me, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. So basically, the same quest, events, the story that you're used to in adventure mode will all remain available in survival, but you'll have to navigate them with ever-looming hostile threat around you. And so you could die at any time, basically. You're free to create a new character for survival mode. That's what they encourage you to do, but you can also use your existing one. So if you take your existing character into the survival mode, keep in mind that all of your progress from adventure mode will travel with you, and anything that affects your character in one game mode will also affect them in another. So having your base completely wiped out or losing specific things, that could suck. And so that means if you fire off all your ammo, level up, complete a quest, spend caps, or find a fancy new weapon in survival, that will also be reflected in adventure. Now the cool thing it could be is, going into survival, you get greater chances of finding really good gear that you could use in adventure. That could be a great thing. And if they like implement, like as it's been teased and found in different instances, like a player-made outpost, like NPC, not NPC, but like player-made trading, that could be very valuable to go into survival, find good weapons, and then come into adventure and sell them. And so I don't know if they plan on doing that, but it makes sense that they should try to implement something like that. If you'd rather keep your existing character as they are, we recommend starting a new one when you head into the more challenging survival mode. So I don't know, what do you guys think you'll do? Make a new character or take your existing one? Because, you know, obviously a lot of people have really good explosive weaponry and stuff like that, and it could be pretty OP. Survival mode is not for the faint of heart. All players except your teammates or even group mates are automatically flagged as hostile toward one another by default. There are no invitations to PvP combat in survival mode. You can attack other players without restriction from the first shot you line up, meaning every encounter you have with a stranger could turn deadly in the blink of an eye. Further, level scaling in survival mode will work the same way it does in adventure mode today. This will help to level the playing field a bit and give newer characters a fighting chance against higher level players. As a result, you'll need to keep your wits about you during every hostile encounter because even low-level characters can pose a real threat. You know, like some people have lower-level characters with like unyielding stuff and like insane like melee builds or whatever. And so, I mean, I've been one-shot by plenty of people in this game, and yeah, some even lower level players are not to be messed with. So they say greater risk, greater rewards. As this will be our first implementation of a survival mode, we plan to experiment with different rules after beta release, such as death mechanics. Currently, players who die in survival mode will be unable to use the Seek Revenge respawn option against their aggressors and can only choose to respawn at their camp or Vault 76. We're also planning to, which, by the way, when they increase like the vaults in the game, like they bring new vaults into the game, will you be able to fast travel to them? It only makes sense, right? So like maybe I don't know about this implementation, like will you be able to like go to those other vaults? Because one thing it sucks is like having to like, you know, fast travel around and like you know, having to have your base in certain spots. Maybe you want to have your base way in the south, you know, and you know, traveling to the northeast could really suck or something, and so people put their base in the middle of the map, and so it's costless cap or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so I'd be curious to know what they're planning on doing with that. They said they're also planning to award you double the caps when you kill another player. Whoa, that's amazing. That's not that much of an incentive, unless it's like 200 caps, you know, like it just doesn't make sense. If the bounty system's in game, like, I don't know, that's not that great. And they may drop their aid or other items in addition to their junk. So that was a question I wondered, is it going to be just randomized, or they have specific things that are going to be dropped? Is it just by chance? Because that could suck for you to die. Added risks and rewards like these in survival mode, PvP will make each of your deaths more devastating and every kill you rack up much more lucrative. The thing is like, there's a problem in my opinion with Fallout. It's not easy to detect other players, and the map is so massive that like people can sneak around. I mean, there's an element that this is what PvP is, obviously, but like it's not easy to know when somebody's right on you. Sometimes, you know, some people can sneak right up on you and you never even know they're there. So I don't know. It's very interesting to think about how this is going to all work out. However, it's important to note that these changes aren't set in stone, and we'll be looking to make adjustments based on player testing and your feedback during the survival beta. So definitely leave your feedback if you don't like what you see. It's also worth noting to players who are currently in adventure mode, worlds are completely separate from those in survival mode, so you won't need to worry about survival players coming for your 8 items or double cap rewards when you're in adventure mode, obviously. They also talk about how they're going to implement leaderboards potentially. For those of you who are focused on the new mode's more competitive aspects, we're also planning to roll out in-game leaderboards with the start of survival mode beta. You'll be able to see how you stack up against your friends and others in your current world, so you'll need to stay sharp if you want to stay on top. We'll have much more to share about leaderboards and all the stats you'll be able to keep tabs on during each play session as we get closer to survival beta. Looking further ahead, we're going to continue to evolve, improve, and add content to survival mode. Our hope is to roll out the survival beta in March. However, we still have a lot more work to do on leaderboards and other features and may need more development time for testing. Now, here is my biggest thing. if they want to make this mode attractive to people, they need to do something with leaderboards. Make it extremely competitive, where if you win a week's leaderboard standings, you get like 500 atomic shot points or something like that. Make it extremely rewarding to play survival mode. Maybe even more than that, and have like first, second, and third place things. Have a month-long thing. Like do like what they do with like Fortnite, with different instances where people can actually earn really good stuff, because then you create an atmosphere of like real competition, and that competitive nature that people have really comes out, and you'll see more people coming into PvP. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, make it more rewarding for people to do this, because in the current scheme of things, like just being in PvP to be in PvP, that's kind of, I don't know, that's not very appealing to me. Maybe it is to some people, but it really isn't that much to me. And so I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this, and what you think about the new PvP game mode. That's pretty much going to be it for the video, guys. I'm going to call for the video right there. I hope you guys enjoyed, like me, like at least covering this, and I'd love to hear your feedback on it. And if you didn't see these patch notes, let me know that in the comments below too, because I just kind of want to gauge like how many people were aware of this before watching the video, or how many people had no idea. So, love to hear your guys' thoughts. I hope you're having a great day. Things are going well. Thanks for stopping by the channel and checking out the video. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.